Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It's Luca here. Welcome to my channel. I have some fun messages. I don't know, maybe my idea of fun is a little bit different than the next person's, but I had some very interesting downloads, and this particular download was very specific, and it was in reference to the divine masculine population, and it was this really weird, eerie kind of vibe. Like there was like a mass awakening that's taking place amongst the divine masculines. And I know I'm not the first person to pick this up, but it's definitely something that I got a download on this morning, and I was really surprised. But what I got from that was the divine masculines that have been set up in these like fake relationships with these sketchy, I don't know, I guess the best way to describe them would be handlers, but they're being set up. These are, the divine masculines, they have a divine purpose, they have a calling on their life, they have things that they're meant to accomplish, they are on assignment. These individuals are earth angels, they're star seeds. Some here are here to, they could be lawyers, doctors, judges, chefs, people in the music industry, writers, producers, musicians, singers, so on and so forth. But there's a mass awakening that's taking place, and this includes some individuals that are like at the top, but they're waking up to the fact that there's something amiss about their relationships. And I don't know if all of these divine masculines are aware that they were set up, and I don't mean that they don't necessarily want to like take them out per se, but the vibe that I'm getting is that these divine masculines are in these relationships, and they're not understanding why they're having such a hard time, leaving, or like why are they going through all of this with their significant others. Like maybe there's just general discontent, and the reason why is because that person that they're with is not their actual person. And it's not to say that not everybody has a like twin flame, but most of us have soulmates. All of us have soulmates, and there are people that come into your life to help you grow, and then there are people that come into your life that are here for a season. And what I'm getting is there's a large number of let's say karmic feminines that are basically holding the space that their higher vibrational counterparts are supposed to be in. And some of these divine masculines are starting to wake up to that fact. And this is setting off widespread alarms for a lot of these feminines. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was getting some pretty shady behavior that's been going on in the background, i.e., like love spells, putting stuff in their food, blood magic, like just anything to keep these divine masculines like locked in with them. I was just like, this is intense. Anyway, so I was compelled to come and discuss this. So there's a couple things that I really wanted to touch on for the collective. It's really weird why I always get messages more so for, what's going on with the divine masculines. I don't know, like most of my chart is masculine energy, so it could be that. But I just wanted to come and talk about this because it was on my heart this morning. And some of these divine masculines are finding religion, they're finding spirituality, they're finding peace, they're raising their vibration, they're spending quality time with people who really care about them, they're cutting down on how much drinking and drugs and partying that they're doing. And it's not to say that you can't have fun, you can have fun, but when you're doing that in excess, and you're basically opening up your aura to have like entity attachments, and that's where a lot of the issues with drug abuse will come from, or substance addiction. And they're not realizing that some of the times that these feminine energies that they're with are actually handlers, and they're encouraging the behavior. And if they're not encouraging the behavior, they're essentially just there to watch these divine masculines and just make sure that they don't get out of line, make sure that their vibration doesn't get too high. And they do it in a way, sometimes it's a lot more subtle, but just passive aggressive energies that just lower their vibration and just make them unhappy, or like just as they, what's that term, drive you to drink. It's that kind of energy. I'm just getting, like, I feel for them. I think some of these masculines, they like to have a good time, and they're preyed upon in those situations, and they don't realize the energies that are around them are preying on them. It's like you have this big beautiful light, you have this divine purpose, you have this thing that you're supposed to be doing, and these lower vibrational entities tend to, there's an agenda. The agenda is to keep you in a low vibration so that you don't spread the word, that you don't spread the message, so that you don't raise the vibration in a way that you are meant to. And some of them are still managing to do that, but they're not doing it to the extent that they actually could be if they removed some of those like negative influences that are around them. Some of them it's a romantic partner, some of them it's a toxic parent, and some of them it's toxic friends, some of them it's a combination of all of the above. It might be their manager, it could be their childhood friend, but these people don't want to see these individuals grow. The concern is that they will outgrow the people that they are around who are benefiting from their light, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to pull some cards on this to kind of get some clarity about what's like really going on in the energy, and what advice we have. I mean, see if there's anything that we need to know about. Let's get in here really quick. What do we need to know for the Divine Collective? What do we need to know? Please advise. Spirit, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, unconditional love. Nothing has gone wrong. Make the effort. And be optimistic. One more. One more. Open yourself to love. The green light's like stupid bright, so I can't always tell if the glare is too much, but I guess we'll figure that out. Alright, so I'm going to clarify these further. Tell me about unconditional love. What do we need to know, Spirit? Clarify this unconditional love. Alright, so we have twin flames. There may be a union that's coming into someone, or multiple individuals that are in the Divine Collective. Something that's going to be different than whatever energies they've experienced thus far. Energies that are going to complement you. We have not enough. And that's lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, and fear. That came out in reverse. So some individuals right now are in a space of really working on themselves. This may be a situation where people are outgrowing their karmic relationships and maybe going towards their actual twin flame. Or maybe recognizing their twin flames is what's actually happening. Recognizing who their twin flame is. All right, tell me more. All right, we have teddy bear. Let's see. Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. So yeah, somebody is coming into balance with themselves, and they're looking for unconditional love. This may be the divine masculines that I'm referencing, but you know, there's no gender here. Some feminines may embody the masculine energy and vice versa, but there's definitely some kind of love situation that may be coming, you know, maybe manifesting, that's coming into fruition right now. Because somebody is, they're growing, they're seeking something different, and they're wanting something more balanced in their life. They're letting go of self-sabotaging, being in their ego, or, you know, fearing the unknown, and just really diving in. And this may be pertaining to love, could be self-love, but I'm feeling more like unconditional love of self that then permeates every other aspect of your life and brings in this opportunity for you to be in a loving relationship with another individual. Let's see. Tell me about nothing has gone wrong. So we have Phoenix. Okay. That's a new phase, rekindle, change mind, rise from the ashes. And for nothing gone wrong, it says, trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So someone may be rekindling something with somebody from their past. This may be somebody from their past life, or it could be somebody from a past experience that they had. Someone maybe they knew in passing, or it could be someone that you knew in childhood or in your teens or even your early 20s, so on and so forth. But it could be an old coworker, it could be a lot of different things. But take whatever resonates and leave the rest. What I'm getting here is like somebody is wanting to connect with someone, or multiple individuals may be in that space. They may be changing their mind about that nothing has gone wrong. Maybe in their current interpersonal relationships, they're having some kind of rebirth or renewal of their energy, and they're realizing, yeah, no, there is something that's wrong here, something that needs to change, and nobody is going to take control over making that change. You have to make that change for yourself. You have to use your discernment. Tell me more. Let's see. So we have picture. And that's looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. This actually came out in reverse. So somebody is in a space where whatever this is that they've been doing with whomever, they may be moving on from this person. They're not having positive memories about this person. This may have been someone that they reconnected with from their past. I mean, if this is just more of like on a soul level, they may be realizing the person that they connected with is actually a karmic individual from a past life that they're redoing a karmic lesson with in this life, and they're wanting to let go of this person. They're not having positive memories about this. Oh, we have love call. And that's expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. I think this is the new energy that they're looking towards. There's somebody that they may be, there's a phone in this, and this may be someone that they are lurking on online. Somebody from their past, you know, that they check up on periodically. Somebody that's of interest to them, but this is somebody that they may be thinking about going towards, but they're going to have a rebirth and come to terms with this this relationship or past situation that they need to let go of. All right, make the effort. Tell me more. All right, so we have clock. And that's needing time, cycles and time to heal, progressing. And make the effort is this love is worth taking risks. You're called to move forward. So this individual or these individuals are in a space now in the collective where you may be wanting to make a move on something or someone new in your life, a new endeavor. I'm getting love, but a new endeavor. But I'm getting the clock is ticking, and so you really need to hone in on this energy, this burst of energy you may be feeling at this time, to do something new, to grow, to change, to evolve, and move forward and think about what you want and how you can manifest that in your life. If this was like a toxic relationship, or if it's just like bad habits that you've been dealing with, like it's really important that you take the time to heal. If this was a toxic twin flame that you were with, because sometimes the twin flame journey is just for the purpose of you to grow and heal, and everybody doesn't want to be stuck with like a twin that's, you know, caused them, you know, insane amounts of damage. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you want to stay on that journey, a lot of times you'll keep coming back together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be in a romantic sense. Maybe you guys were meant to be business partners. Not all twin flames are romantic, a lot of times they are, but you need to heal from whatever, you know, whatever ails you, whether that's addiction that you're suffering from, or dealing with low self-esteem, childhood trauma, relational trauma, trauma in your interpersonal relationships, whatever it is, you need to heal, because this healing is what's going to allow you to propel yourself forward to get into this new relationship with this individual that it seems like you guys may be calling each other in energetically. All right, so we have the Sword and Rose. And that is clarity, truth, revelations, honor, protection, and determination. So right now, you're in a space where you may be seeking clarity. You may be having some downtime in your life, or taking some time for yourself, maybe going on vacation, or, you know, whatever else you may be getting into. But you may be in a space right now where you're just thinking about how you really just want to know what's really good, what's really going on. And like I said, for some, they were in a whole relationship with a handler, somebody that was literally sent in to keep them off kilter. And there may be some information that's coming in that's going to enlighten some of these individuals, like within the collective. You're realizing that the person that you're with is not who they say that they are, or who they presented themselves to be, or who you were told that they were. Maybe it's somebody you met at church. Maybe it's somebody you met through your family. Whatever it is, there's something shady, and that some of you all in the collective are going to find out about. And it's only a matter of time, but you're going to need to heal from this information that you received. Tell me more. Girl with a snake. We have charmed or used, enable boundaries. Yes. So, like I said, a lot of people are finding out that they need to set up boundaries. They're waking up to the fact that they're in whole relationships with handlers, and they may be your family, your manager, your your closest friends, but you're being handled. That's what I'm getting, and there's a wake up. There's a wake up call. Things are feeling weird. Energy is off. It's like there's all this buzz, and then you walk into the room full of people that and all of a sudden it's crickets. Something is wrong, something is amiss, and a lot of us in the collective are waking up to this. You're waking up to the fact that there's something in the air, something in the water, so to speak. You're waking up to that. I wasn't aware of how many people actually did spell work until I went on my journey on this awakening that I had. How many people put stuff in people's food, how many people put stuff in people's drinks, how many people do sex magic, word magic. I mean, it's out of control. Like, I was really shocked to find out how prevalent this actually is. And collective, you really need to protect yourself from these people, because it's no joke. They literally will have you going crazy and not understanding the energy, where the energy is coming from. Think about how you feel when you're not with these types of people that may be handling you. Think about when you have like an extended break from them, how you feel. If you feel when you're around certain people, you feel drained, you feel confused, you're frustrated, you're irritated, all of these negative feelings, you're just tired, unmotivated, distracted. You're literally, your body, your spirit is telling you, like, you need to protect yourself from these people. They may be energy vampires. Some of them may be aware, some of them may not be, that they're doing this level of energetic vampirism, so to speak. Tell me about this. Be optimistic. All right, so keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. And so we have separation. And that sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. So what I'm getting from that is, collective, we need to make sure that we have our vibration high. The space that you're in, your mindset shapes your reality. So it's really important at this time, if you need to seek out therapy, some grounding usually helps. Get out in nature, walk barefoot on the grass, touch grass, as they say. Just get out there and, connect with animals, nature, whatever it is. If you like the beach, if you like the woods, if you like to go hiking, whatever it is that you like to do more of that. Release the sadness, the bitterness, any kind of tendency to ruminate on any past hurt, negativity. And it's not to say you shouldn't deal with it, but I think it should be addressed. Release that energy. Grounding usually really helps. Get out into nature, get barefoot, put your feet down on the ground. Essentially, like, ask if you're, whatever your particular faith or whatever you align with on a spiritual level, soul level, whether that's Christianity, Islam, if you're just like spiritual, ground your energy, ask, Gaia, ask the Holy Spirit, take that energy that's not yours and like release it, back into the earth. Just let that energy go. You don't need to be uncertain. Trust your guides. They will let you know. Trust that they'll let you know, whether that's your ancestors, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, whoever it is, Allah. Let that energy go. If this is in reference to somebody that you're interested in, don't spend too much time focusing on your past relationship and being bitter. Go to therapy if you need it. A lot of us do benefit from going to therapy if there's some inner child wounding that you need to take care of. Definitely, I would suggest dive straight into that and handle it. the sooner you heal, the happier you'll be. I'm telling you. As uncomfortable as the process may be, when you get to the other side, it's a really beautiful feeling to like wake up every day and just like have joy. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful that you woke up this morning. If it's raining, if it's sunny, it's still a beautiful day because you're here. You're here and you're blessed. You're blessed because you were given another day to make a change. For the divine collective, there's typically something that you were put on this earth to do. And yeah, like some of us, it's in the cards, it's in the cards for you to love and to have love. And we have date. So, date, get back out there, meet someone new, set a date online. So, Spirit's definitely urging you, release what does not serve you, people, places, situations, and get into a space where it's like, okay, I'm open to trying something new, to venture out. I know it's hard sometimes to get into a space where you feel ready to do that. I know it can be a daunting task, but I believe in you guys. I believe in your ability to make the right choices for yourself. If you're not ready to get back out there yet, that's totally fine. But Spirit wants you to know to be optimistic about taking that leap of faith towards someone new, especially if there's somebody new that you have in mind that you really resonate with. This could be somebody that's a friend. It could just be like somebody new. But don't overthink it too much. Just get to know the person and see if they're the right person for you. Tell me more. We have the butterfly. So butterflies may be significant. You may be seeing butterflies at this time. Maybe you have a butterfly tattoo. But it's about evolving growth, the next phase, healing your inner child and releasing the past. So yes, like I was saying, like that's definitely what you're supposed to be doing at this time, is just really focusing on healing. Get into a space of just being grateful, and typically that gratitude will bring in more blessings. Let me see what else. Yeah, focus on that inner child healing. There's definitely some healing that needs to take place in order for you to be in a space to get back out there. Don't jump back out there while you're still. If you're angry, you don't need to be dating. I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you're raging, and you spend all your time stalking your ex down and trying to cock block them and doing all kinds of weirdness and driving by their house and trying to hack into their social media accounts or like hacking into their phone, maybe you need to do a bit more inner healing. You know what I mean? It sounds like some heavy shadow work that needs to be done. If you're in that space, hopefully none of us are in that toxic energy. That sounds like more of like somebody's toxic ex that would be doing that. Hopefully none of our high vibrational divine collective should not be doing any of that. But I'm just getting the vibe that somebody may be angry because of a separation that's taking place, because somebody is interested in getting back out there and releasing them. They're upset that somebody's optimistic. So whoever this karmic person is that some of you may be releasing, maybe in their feelings right now. Tell me about open yourself to love. Let's see. It's safe for you to love. Hold on. It's safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. See, I'm telling you. If somebody you have your eye on, or somebody has their eye on you, don't be scary. Get out there. Let me see. Tell me more. Look at that. Abundance. Look at that. It was 32:32 on the clock when I said that. Yeah, you're manifesting love at this time, and money, blessings in general. Have gratitude. Have gratitude for the things that you have. And your positive mindset is going to help you to call in more abundance into your life in whatever areas you may feel like are lacking. Maybe your finances, your love life. It could be a lot of things. Friendships, health, being being in a positive mindset will help you a lot, especially if any of us in the collective, any of you all are dealing with any health issues. I personally really got heavy into meditation. I was going through a really stressful time in my life, and I mean, it took a toll on me to where I developed an autoimmune disease, and it was really intense, I'm not going to lie, but what helped me the most was to just get into a space of gratitude and to meditate every day and stay positive and really just work on my health from the inside out, mentally, what I was eating, so on and so forth, the people that I was engaging with, are these positive people that I'm connecting with, or are these people that, these are just trauma bonds? Do we spend all of our time, commiserating, talking about all the horrible things that have ever happened to us, or are these positive, uplifting friends that are, interested in actually having a growth mindset, people who are ready to do the work, people who are wanting to get in the trenches with you? Or are these the type of people that are like, oh, I'm miserable, and let me tell you about how miserable I am today, let me tell you about how miserable I was yesterday, let me tell you about how miserable I'm gonna be tomorrow, life sucks, poo 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 poo. These are not the people that you need to be around when you're trying to do shadow work, when you're trying to grow. So go on, let that go. Or if these are people that you can't fully cut off, then just create some distance. These are not people that you need to be engaging with on a regular basis. Just create some space. All right, tell me more. Not today. Have boundaries, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. That is what I'm talking about. Create some distance with these people. Yes. Even speaking negatively, essentially, is word magic, and words are very powerful. And for those, with a Christian background, that, God speaks, and what God speaks, that's how God created the world. And that energy of what you speak, there are vibrations that are attached to it. So you need to be very mindful of what you say to other people, about yourself. About yourself, especially about yourself. Always wish good things for other people. If you don't have good things to say about other people, it's better not to say anything at all. But set boundaries with people that may be a hindrance to you being able to allow love into your life. Tell me more. Yes, we have backstabbing. So yeah, so these people that you're needing to create boundaries with, these people may have done something to you behind your back that caused a separation between you. But these people may have broken your heart, whoever this may be, lover, friend, family, business associate. You need to be in a space where you can just really, just really let go. As they say, let go and let God. There's absolutely no reason why you need to be stuck in, in whatever with these people. So I'm just going to clarify a little bit more, see what else, tell me more. What else do we need to know? All right. So we have fairy tale, phony, trickster, illusion. So these individuals that you're needing to set boundaries with, these may be some sketchy people that have some kind of some kind of agenda that they have going on, giving Truman Show, everybody placed to do something particular in your life, to keep a narrative going about you or for you, to believe something. Tell me more. What else? Yeah, you have heartbreak. All right, so the name Russell may be significant. Maybe you like to wear hoodies. Maybe there's something significant about chocolate. Maybe you really like chocolate, or somebody else really likes chocolate. I'm seeing model A. There might be some significance there. Name that starts with A for the model of something, but we have heartbreak. Somebody may have broken your heart, and it was a fairy tale, the whole relationship, it seems like. Whatever type of relationship this may have been, but you may be heartbroken at this time or healing from heartbreak. Somebody that created illusions. All right. Sorry, my dog chewed up my card. Please ignore. Twin flames. You may like camping. Maybe you're going to meet somebody at a bonfire. Maybe you like the color pink. The person that you're interested in may be a fan of the color pink. But this may be the person that broke your heart, or somebody may have created an illusion that they were your twin flame. You know, they had you in this, you know, tent of love. A tent of love. Maybe this is somebody that you cohabitated with. Maybe you purchased a house with this person. Maybe you share a lease with this person. A business. But somebody definitely did something harmful by creating illusions. And this may have been somebody that was, you know, that you may have considered a twin flame. What else? We have ghosted. You may have been in an on and off relationship with this person. You may have recently detached from them. Maybe they detached from you. Maybe you ghosted them or they ghosted you. This person may like to dye their hair. Maybe you do. Maybe somebody's like a makeup artist, or somebody likes to wear face paint. Somebody may be a model or into modeling. Somebody may be, I'm getting like creative in some way. Maybe they're a designer. They may design clothes. Costume designer. Anything else? All right. We have bad credit, unemployed, debt. This person may have put you into debt. This may have been a business partner that did bad deals. Visa may be of significance. December 18th may be of significance. Numbers 57, 87, 13, 29, 66. The name James. Maybe your card was recently declined. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe this person put you into debt. We have these two flipped over in the deck. We have love-hate. So you may be in a love-hate situation with this person at this time. Maybe they did something to affect your career. We have spiritual. You may be going through an ego death or going through some kind of spiritual awakening because of some kind of chaotic situation that may have taken place because of an illusion that was broken. But I'm seeing a swing set. There may be water. That's of significance. Maybe you and this person likes to watch the sunset together at the sunrise. Maybe this is somebody that you went on vacation with. Maybe you like to wear necklaces, or this person likes to wear necklaces. Maybe you like to wear white. You or someone else. Maybe you really like to wear the color white or like linen. I'm also getting spiritual bath from that. So somebody may need to take a spiritual bath. If you don't know what that is, please Google it. But basic spiritual bath is just fill your bathtub with water, get some sea salt or some Epsom salt, throw it in there, set intentions, you know, positive intentions. So like cleanse your mind, your body, your spirit. Soak in it for a little bit. Release any negativity. Because if there are people that are doing spell work on you, you definitely need to do cleansing. If this is like spiritual warfare. Did I show this card? Spiritual? I don't remember. Sorry. Just, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but you may be going through an ego death at this time, or just kind of, you know, maybe feel like life is descending into chaos. Tell me more. Because of some secrets somebody may have kept. Secrets that you may have found out about. Somebody may have been connecting with someone or other individuals to keep a secret. So maybe multiple people that were in on a secret that maybe you were not aware of. What else? Divine masculine. So it may have been a secret that you are a divine masculine. Maybe individuals around you may have tried to downplay your worth, your value, your purpose, and you may be waking up to the fact that you are a divine masculine, that you do have a divine purpose. Or this is just them keeping secrets from you as a divine masculine. There's some things that they did not want you to know. Maybe that they messed up your finances, they messed up your credit. Maybe this was someone, you know, that is unemployed and lied about it, or they're in debt. This may be somebody that likes to wear red nail polish. Maybe you like red nails on your person. Tell me more. Oh yeah, we have side hustle. I'm getting somebody may have been doing something secretive to like make money, and if it's not make money, they were just doing sketchy things on the side. But something definitely has to do with money. Maybe they were taking money from you and doing something on the side. But we do have Uber Eats here. Maybe you like to ride bikes for this person. Likes to ride bikes. Maybe a courier is of significance. $47 on the clock, maybe of significance. Somebody was doing something with money or for money on the side, but they were keeping it a secret from a divine masculine. Anything else? We have bumping heads. And that came out in reverse. So the purpose of keeping the secret was to make sure that they didn't get into any arguments with this divine masculine about whatever this thing that they were doing on the side was. Anything else? What else do we need to know? Oh yeah, they're sweet talking. Somebody's whispering in your ear all the things that you want to hear so that you guys don't get into it, either about finances or something sketchy that they're doing. That does affect you. Anything else that we need to know? Thug. Somebody may be going to jail. Somebody may be going to jail that you may be separating from. Somebody you may be ghosted or detached from. Maybe they're dealing with some legal issues. Maybe this person is in law enforcement, or they're related to law enforcement. Maybe you're in law enforcement. Maybe you're just into handcuffs. Anything else that we need to know? Yeah. We have backstab. And that's pain, cheating, deception, mind games, and love bomb. On the bottom, we have not happy. So, someone may like to braid their hair. They like to wear braids. Maybe you like braids. Yeah, but somebody was being deceptive with something that they were doing with money on the side. And, you know, unfortunately, if that's somebody that you may have been living with or, you know, cohabitating with, or a business partner, significant other, that could definitely be something that's damaging to you, your career, your reputation, so on and so forth. But I'm just gonna pull this, like my meat and potatoes deck, as I call it. But this is just, you know, some very specific messages that we may need to know. Ooh. But I'm gonna wrap it up with this. So somebody may have taken a trip to go see a dark practitioner. Like I said, I think somebody is going through a spiritual awakening, and if they go through this awakening, they're going to leave their partner. So there's emotional cheating. This may be the person that you are with. Maybe they are cheating with this dark practitioner on an emotional level. Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe they were spending, what I'm getting is maybe somebody was going to a dark practitioner while they were like going on vacation, you know, buttering this dark practitioner up to do work on you, basically to keep you asleep so that you were not aware of something that they may have been doing with money, something they did with money, wanted to do with money, or some kind of illusion that they were painting. Tell me more. Oh, so we have somebody who's stealing from work. This may be, they may have been stealing your work or stealing somebody else's work. Somebody may be filing for bankruptcy at this time. This may be you or somebody else that's in your energy. Okay, somebody's assets are being frozen, you or this person, or somebody that's in your energy. Somebody may be a Leo that's in this energy, you or that person, or something may have taken place in Leo season, is going to take place. Well, this is Leo season, so this may be something that's happening right now. Ooh, yeah. Maybe this person feels like you're emotionally cheating because you're interested in somebody new. You may have Leo somewhere prominently in your chart, your sun, moon, rising, north node, or Venus, or they do. Ooh, okay, so we have wrapping up an investigation. So somebody was under investigation, and maybe that was something that they were hiding. Somebody may have been sleeping with a coworker. CPS may be involved. You or somebody else that's in your energy. Maybe this person works for CPS. Maybe you work for CPS. Child Protective Services, it may be different in other, or maybe this person maybe even said that you were a danger to yourself, to others, or to children. Okay, we have helicopters flying over homes. So somebody definitely is giving Fed energy. Somebody did something real sketchy, but this is definitely putting somebody's finances in jeopardy. Or something they did may have put their finances in jeopardy. Spirit wants you to tell your story. So this may be something that comes up here in the future. You're going to have an opportunity to talk about what's happened to you. Maybe this is part of the shadow work, telling the truth about what happened to you, about what this person or individuals may have done. Anything else? Yeah, going through a dark night of the soul. This may be you or the person that you're dealing with. But the most important thing here is that, I think I'm going to leave it there. The most important thing here is that you really really focus on healing and protecting your energy and setting boundaries with people so that you can recover from whatever this is that's happening. But definitely somebody probably is going to be dealing with law enforcement if they're already not around. Somebody's done something definitely illegal. I'm getting like fraud, embezzlement, forgery, something along those lines. And this could be anybody, family, lover, friend, coworker, could be anybody. But anyway, the moral of the story is focus on you, focus on what you can control. We have 5555 on the clock, so that's all about change. Something is shifting in your energy, something's shifting in your life right now. So I do think it's really important to do the work right now if you're going through something. If you're going through something like this, anything having to do with child protective services, anything having to do with, cheating, recovering from any kind of toxic relationships, it's really, really important that you focus on staying in a positive mindset at this time as you go through this dark night of the soul. As you recover, take some spiritual baths, do some grounding, focus on your mindset. If you pray, pray. If you meditate, meditate. Do all of those things, but just make sure that you're keeping your energy upbeat, as positive as possible. If you're the person that's going through having your assets frozen, I'm sorry that you are going through this, but definitely take a look around you. If this hasn't happened yet, if this is something that's unfolding, be very careful about who you're surrounding yourself with right now. Very careful, especially if your spider senses are starting to tinkle. Definitely take some time and really just sit with self and evaluate the people that you have around you. Family, lover, friend, coworker, manager, etc. But anyway, that is what I have for you today. I hope that this message helped you. If this resonated with you in any way, or you feel like this message is something that someone that you know may need to hear, please comment, share, subscribe, like the video, and yeah, I guess I will see you guys again soon, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.